Hello? Hello? Ah, there we go. Good morning. I feel great today, by the way. How do you feel? That's right. Good answer. No, I'm on. So I just want to take a moment right now because there's a lot of energy. If you haven't noticed, we don't have our air this morning, and it's just really okay. And I think that this is wonderful. Just reminds me of a little bit when I was in the South. Oh, my goodness. All I know is that Rita's coming home tonight. What do you mean? What does that mean? Hold on. Yes, I talked with her this morning, and she is very anxious to get back. She sends her love. I think she might be watching live today because they dropped her off at the airport very early. So let's say aloha to Reverend Rita. Aloha, Reverend Rita. Okay. Now that we're absolutely settled in here, we have some announcements, as you well know. And I'm just saying that this is so wonderful. And before I want to start, Lacey, could you just stand up for just a second? Lacey just flew in from LA, and we spent time in California together, except at our other center. But I want you to see the vision board so I don't forget. This is what Lacey did for us before we moved. So I wanted to acknowledge that the artist has arrived. Namaste. She's in the house. Okay. And I know someone else is in the house. It's usually sitting over there, but now she's over here. So let's bring our wonderful Michelle LeMay up here, who's not only a board member, but just a absolute wonderful, does our announcements. She's in prac training, and we just absolutely love her, respect her, and here she is, Michelle LeMay. There you go, girl.
Wow, thank you for that intro. Good morning, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes, happy Love Day, which we love every day because that's what we are. So what I'd like to do is share the activities that are coming up here. We have lots happening in the next couple of weeks. We have even more in March, so keep in touch for that. I'm not going to go into all of that, but we do still have our bookstore that's open, and we have lots of gift ideas for Valentine's Day. We have Marianne Head's book that's there. We also have Petra's book and Deb's book, so there's lots of people in our congregation that have books there, so check them out. We also have the Science of Mind magazines. We have the one for February. We do still have a couple of more weeks. And then, of course, the beautiful, colorful one for March. And I've been mentioning, when I talk about it, how we have the daily meditation and the daily reader. Well, today, we have Reverend Julie in our audience who does all the daily reading for March. So how about, if you could raise, I can't see where you are. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Sorry. So Reverend Julie did all the daily readings for March. So when you're reading them and taking them into your morning meditations, you'll have a face to put it to and someone that you have met. So definitely check out the bookstore afterwards. We do have Reverend Diane. Some of you who were here last week met her. She's jumping right in, and twice a month she's going to have Spirit Talk. It's going to be on the first and third Monday evenings. And the first one is tomorrow night, so I'm going to invite Reverend Diane. How about a round of applause? She's going to share for a moment of what she's going to do.
Good morning. I am so excited about Spirit Talk starting up here. I've been running it for 2 years plus in Northern California, where we moved from. And I'm really grateful to Patrick for allowing me to bring it to you. We spend an hour or so together with meditation, with discussion of science of mind principle and how it applies to your everyday life. So it's not just about reading the book and studying, it's about, well, what do I do when I'm out on the road? What do I do at the post office? What do I do in my living room? How do I live science of mind principle? And then we have a longer meditation after our discussion period, and we close with a spiritual mind treatment covering your prayer requests. So I hope you'll join us for that very special hour. We build some wonderful community together, and it's just a really special time. So thank you, Patrick and Rita, for allowing me to bring this gift here. What time is it? 6 p.m. on Mondays. So meet us right here at 6 o'clock, and we'll come together in meditation and open our circle time together. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Diane. So that'll be the first and third Monday of every month at 6 o'clock. So come tomorrow will be the very first one. And then Wednesdays, we still have our ongoing class with Reverend Patrick and Rita, where it is How to Change Your Life Beyond Limits. That's also at 6 o'clock from 6 to 8, based on the book, How to Change Your Life. Last week, they went over spiritual mind treatments, which is our affirmative prayer. It's how we actually declare what we want and allow it to come into our lives. And then we'll be reviewing that this week along with other topics. And there's still 5 weeks left, so these are all standalone classes. You can commit to the rest of the series, but you can also come when you can. And that is from 6 to 8 coming up on Wednesday. Reverend Rita is going to be doing Mental Muscle, which is a spiritual boot camp. Some of us did this last year, and it is a 8-week commitment. It's going to be starting next Monday, and she's going to be meeting Monday and Thursday mornings at Lidgate from 8 to 9:30, and you're going to be going through this book, James Mellon. He's Reverend who came during the ordination ceremony. Many of you met him. He's really phenomenal as a part of the Global Truth Center, and he wrote a book, Mental Muscle. And Reverend Rita will chat a little bit more about it next week when she is back, because that will start the following morning. So that is one that needs to be registered for. You cannot just show up Kauai style. It has to be registered. There's a limited amount of seats. You do have to have the book, and you do need to make a commitment to yourself for the next 8 weeks to show up both mornings, Monday and Thursday. So it is a little bit different than some of our other classes. That's why I really make a point that you have to register, you have to have the book, and you have to make the commitment. And that will be starting next week. We also have, at the end of the month, Bodhi B from the Sufi lineage, who's going to be coming and doing a 2-part series. It's going to be Friday night and Saturday. They are standalone, or you can do both. The Friday evening is going to be Friday, February 26th, and that's going to be a couple of hours, and it's about shifting paradigms. Bodhi B owns an organization on Maui called Doorway to Light, where it's all about the process of dying, helping people grieve, helping people through that whole process. And he feels that it's so important that we open up that conversation now, and that's something that we prepare ourselves, but it's also to help people who have had loved ones transition recently. So there is the Friday evening, which will be, I think it's 6:30. I don't have the times on here. Is it 6:30? And there, you can register and sign up for that one. And what a lot of people like to do is come to the Friday night and to get a little bit of an intro, and then also they come and choose to do the Saturday as well. And the Saturday is a full day. It's more of a workshop. You really get more involved, and it covers many more topics. Again, they're standalone, but you can certainly do both and get different information. So that's going to be February 26th and 27th. And then the following Monday, we're going to have a sound healing infusion, spirit sound infusion with Michael and Carrie Fox, our beautiful music directors. How about a round of applause? Yes. They're so fun, and they have so much medicine in their music, and they're going to share that with us, and it's with flutes and their Tibetan bowls and their pianos and their voices. And if you've been here before, you know when Carrie starts to sing, it's kind of like an angel coming through.
Aww,
and yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. Many tears flow during the music here. But that's going to be the last Monday, and that's also going to be, what time are you guys doing that? I don't have times. That's the 7. Okay.
7.
I don't have all my times here. I apologize. But you do have them in your pamphlets, and I'll be announcing it again and again and again.
2 Mondays.
So in March, I do just want to highlight, we have Reverend James Mellon that I was mentioning. He is in the process of doing a one-man show right now on his life called Sissy Boy. And it's an amazing production, and we're actually going to be live streaming it here on Sunday, March 6th at 1 o'clock. And they're also going to be watching it at our sister center in Toronto and kind of all over. Everybody's going to be able to plug into that. And we invite you to come. We're going to watch the actual play and then have discussion after. And it's all about James Mellon's life, and we'll share a little bit more as we get closer. But he's had a phenomenal life, from anything from being a Chippendale stripper to now he's a reverend, and he has survived cancer, and now he lives this way of life. So it's an interesting tale. It is adult content only because of everything I pretty much just mentioned. Makes it an adult content. But it's a great way to come and have a social gathering, but also learn about Reverend James Mellon, and it is also funny. We find a way to find humor in our past, and that's exactly what James has done, and also share the teachings that he's had in his life. And then in March, we'll also have Petra doing a workshop. We're going to have Paul Sterling doing a workshop. So those are members of our congregation. So that's going to be the additional, along with all the classes and everything that Rita and Patrick do, that's what's going to be coming up in March, along with some other things. So thank you so much for your kind attention, and enjoy your service.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I told Michelle, whenever I send her the announcements, I always say, they're a little heavy this week, and then I finally wrote her and said, they're never going to get lighter. So just enjoy the whole process. And they are in your program. So we have a full day, of course, with a full house. And first thing I'd like to do is light our peace candle. Ron, would you like to light it for me? Thanks. And what we do is we light our peace candle because we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that peace starts where we're at. We will never, ever be able to get it anywhere else unless we have it here first. And I can't say it enough, that's why I keep saying it. So what I know is that today we have something very special. Malia is going to, as our practitioner in training, she's going to be doing our meditation today, but we're going to do something different with the meditation today. And Annalia is not here, I don't believe, but she sent me a notice that said that today is Sound Healing Day all over the United States and beyond and internationally. So everyone is oming on this Love Day all over. And so they're doing it at 12 noon, but they say no matter where you are, I just got God bumps as I was doing it, that we're going to for our 5-minute meditation, and we're going to just lift that energy up. So I'm going to invite Malia up here, who's a wonderful practitioner student and practitioner, and she will do our invocation as well.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to start off with a quote, and before I just would like for
Could you
everyone-
go just a little louder? They can't hear you.
I'd like to invite everyone to take some deep breaths before we start our
Perfect.
meditation. And if you would do a little experiment again with me, is when you inhale, filling up the belly like it's a beach ball, really filling up the belly really big, and then on the exhale, pulling the navel point into the spine. Because the bigger your exhale, the bigger your inhale. So just do some of this breathing just for a few moments, and then I'll begin the quote, and then we'll do our Ong. From Paramahansa Yogananda, ignite our earthliness with the flame of infinity. Inflame our minds with thy thoughts. Inflame our hearts with thy love. Inflame our souls with thy joy. Thank you.
And as we connect with the sound of the bowl that Michael is playing, let's all just take a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. And as we all tone together, we're connecting with all the wonderful beings all over the globe that are toning on this International Day of Sound and Peace. And knowing that any sound that comes out, whether it's an ah or an om, just let your voice be free in the moment. And join me when you feel ready.
back into our bodies, Kauai, planet Earth. Ignite our earthliness with the flame of infinity. Inflame our minds with thy thoughts. Inflame our hearts with thy love. Inflame our souls with thy joy. What I know is there's one power and one presence in the universe that I call God. And this power is everywhere. And this power is so potent that it's omnipotent, omnipresent, and omnipotent. It's everywhere. It's in the trees, it's in the land, it's in the ocean, it's in the mountains, it's in every cell of every person's body here and everyone on planet Earth. And it's in the stars, and it's in our galaxy, and it's in all the galaxies, and it's so powerful, and it's love, and it's the strongest force in the universe. And this force that I call love is right here, right now, infusing us with the power and the energy, and just knowing today that this is a beautiful celebration of love and light and joy, and knowing that we are right now connected with infinity. And because we're connected with infinity, we are open to new knowledge, new epiphanies, new understandings, remembering who and what we really are. And I am so eternally grateful for this day of celebration and love and light. And I release it to the law. And as we say together, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Malia. Ooh, how you guys feeling? Yeah, that was wonderful. Carrie and Michael, yeah.
Thank you guys.
And in case you don't know me, I am Reverend Patrick. If there's a seat next to you, just raise your hand for anybody who needs them. Yeah. So, and not only, and there's usually there's a whole bunch of seats over here, but there's some over there as well. All I know is that usually there's another co-spiritual director with me, and that's Reverend Rita, who we just all love, and she's coming back tonight. And it was very interesting for Valentine's Day for her to have scheduled her trip on Valentine's to get back, but oh, hi, Rita. But she will be back tonight, so we're very, very excited about that. Science of mind and spirit. I'm always laughing because since the AC went out, I was just saying we will have a full house today. And so I think it's beautiful. And so I am Reverend Patrick. Science of mind and spirit is very simple. It's done unto you as you believe. I'm trying to get it even more simple each week. That's not science of mind phrase, that's a Jesus phrase, by the way. But it's done unto you as you believe, and that's the good news. And that's the not so good, because it depends on what you're believing. So we're not on what we call a witch hunt about all of our thoughts. Oh my God, I just thought that. It's none of that. I know some people think that, but science of mind and spirit is not that. We have a thing called grace. And the grace is that every thought that you're thinking isn't coming true. So that's the beauty, right? Oh, hello. Am I talking hello here? So what we're talking about here is science of mind and spirit, that we get to direct our lives through our thought process. And it's what we believe, what we have faith in, and what we accept. So that's the beauty of it. And you're all beautiful. I just would like to know who is here for the very first time. Please raise your hand. There. Oh, there. I guess in the new moment of life, we're always here for the first time. So there you go. First. So I wanted to share something. Just so you'll know, this would be my show. There's no given lines in the dialogue for this play. No, I'm just kidding. So I would like to let you know that we know something about you, and we need to share it with you. Lacey, I had to let him know, too. Oh, yeah. So shall we let everybody know? Yeah, okay. You are magnificent. Wow. You're relieved, aren't you, Lacey? Global Truth Center. Yeah. No. So that's what you are. But you're that what we know that about you because we know it about ourselves. Because so shall we say it together? I am magnificent. Say it again. Yeah. I am magnificent. Oh, that is so beautiful. Now look to your left, to your right, tell somebody that they're magnificent. Get it a little personal here. Yeah, they're magnificent. You are magnificent.
I love chocolate-covered cherries.
She loves chocolate-covered cherries.
Oh. Cherry.
Oh boy.
I have a little bulge.
Yes, I love you.
All righty.
You're magnificent.
And that will wrap up the magnificence for the. We have a very long program on today, so we better pull in the magnificence, but take it with you wherever you go. Right? Right. Okay, so shall we open it up with some good music? Hey, Janice.
Let's do it.
All right, ready? Why don't you stand up, even though it's hot? Think cool. Think
Getting
cool.
hot in here.
Uh-oh.
Ba-da-da-da.
Uh-oh. You feel something happening?
I feel it happening, Patrick.
Let it go on the mountain. Let it sing on the mountain. Let it ring on the mountain. Now is the time to let yourself shine. Let it go on the mountain. Let it sing on the mountain. Let it ring on the mountain. Now is the time to let yourself shine.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The building.
Honor your heart, make a brand new start. See the world with clearer eyes. No turning back, surprise, surprise. Remove the disguise. It's my life. It's my life. It's my life. Let it go on the mountain. Let it sing on the mountain. Let it ring on the mountain. Now is the time to let yourself shine. Let it go on the mountain. Let it sing on the mountain. Let it ring on the mountain. Now is the time to let yourself shine.
What do you got for us, Patrick?
So this is what I know about today. Today is all about love. Can you say love? I'm feeling the love in this room. I'm feeling the love knowing that spirit with eyes wide open is happening right here and right now, moving through as me, as you, and declaring that our life is good. Can you say my life is good?
Our life is good.
Can you say my life is great?
It's great.
I knew you can. It's this mountain thing that's making me do this, just so you'll know. So what I know is that I am so grateful for each and every one of us and what we have to offer in this moment, and that is God good. Call it whatever you want, but it is happening right here and right now. So can we, with gratitude in our hearts, say, and so it is.
Honor your heart, make a brand new start. See the world with clearer eyes. No turning back, surprise, surprise. Remove the disguise. It's my life. It's my life. It's my
life. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of movement with this heat. You know what I'm trying to say?
Woo!
Let's get it all. Well, let's get it all fanning here. But you know, this is what family does, don't they? Right? This is what family does. When the air goes out, something happens, we stick together and we just feel the love and let it just transpire perfectly, easily. So today is Valentine's Day. Everyone's aware of that, right? Yes, it is. It's all about love, but I'm going to be talking a little bit about self-love. But before I do, I'd like to bring up two people that they kind of stay in the background a lot, and it was so hard to decide, but I needed to bring up a couple. And this couple is in our practitioner class, and I heard one time Rob say, you know something, this is a great science of mind is great for self, but it also really works well in relationships. So I thought, what better thing to do than to bring up Roseanne and Rob for In the Light, put them in the light, and I guess they have props. So,
Yay!
so just so you know, this can be a really good thing, or it can, who knows what can happen. But I'll just sit over here. Oh, there you go. Are you on?
Am I on?
Yes.
Whoa. Don't tell secrets. Script. You're to follow a script today. Aloha.
Aloha.
And mahalo for the Revs, to the Revs, for asking us to talk to you about the magnificent 36-year love affair that we have had. Yeah. I have lots of things to say.
Wait a minute. You know, Patrick and Rita have always taught us that we have choice. And I choose to speak first. I'm not following the script. You're always getting the first word and the last word, and I can't get anything in between those. But I'm going to. What?
I'm supposed to have the microphone.
Fine, you do it. I thought we were in the light, but I guess I'm in the dark.
You know, I have to apologize for Rob's behavior. You know, I give him a script, I give him tasks to do. He just got a new Valentine's Day present.
Okay.
A brand new guitar, like he needed another one.
Okay.
Well, I paid for it. And Michael went with me, so he knows.
Sorry about that.
And what's wrong with that? I gave you yours.
Okay.
I cut my hair
Yes,
For
you
you.
did. Yes, you did.
after 10 years of bitching.
Science of Mind is going to be coming in this soon, I promise. Oh.
What is this?
That is you and your bloated nothingness. Ralph Waldo Emerson said for us to get our bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits.
Yes.
Those divine circuits are God, it's love, it's the way that we are, reason we're here to express. This means our small human petty selves of envy, jealousy, grudges, I told you so's, always having to be right.
Yeah, listen to your words.
These get in the way. These get in the way of our true, authentic selves in God's experience.
Spirit is all powerful and all love. And that's our message today. That it's in us. Every one of us has spirit and love in us on this day of love and all days. And I'm going not by script now, which is going to really upset her, but I have a question. How many of you have noticed what happened in the last few days about the universe? Hey, there's a couple of hands. There's been one of the most phenomenal things occurred. It's as important as the discovery of the structure of DNA. They have just found out that gravity has waves. And 100 years ago, Einstein published his general theory of relativity, which in that he said the thought was there had to be a unifying force in nature. They already knew this with electricity, magnetism, subatomic particles, and all of this. They were unified. But where did gravity come in? We know it's here, but it never showed anything of the characteristics of a wave form. Like everything else, we're all vibrating with waves, frequencies. And in last September, they got a chirp. That's what they call it. They heard gravity. You can go on the internet and hear it. And it proves Einstein's general theory of relativity. And what it means is what Ernest Holmes has been telling us. We are all unified. It's been proven now on this level of existence. So, I get this chirping noise, and I think my time may be up.
Yes. Chirp. Chirp.
Just to let you know, we've had this really strong relationship for decades. We've been friends, we've had great joyful moments, we've traveled together, we've explored all sorts of things, but we've had our sorrows too. We both had cancer, we've lost friends and family, and we've had difficulties. And 5 years ago, we retired together on Kauai, and for the first time, we're living together 5 days a week, 7 days a week, 7 days a week, 24 hours.
More difficult than any of the others.
So, in wrapping it up, Buddha says, each morning we are born again, and what we do today is what matters most. And what matters most is letting go of all the other crap and loving this moment.
And in my intuition recently, this came to me. Take with gratitude, not for granted. Even the bad things, they have a lesson.
Right.
But this is the best in my life. Will you be my Valentine?
All right.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I won't be doing my talk today, just to let everyone know. I'm just kidding. Yeah. You know, this is something that about life, just so you'll know. When you give up the microphone, anything can occur. Anything. And that's when you have to go with the wonderful flow. Thank you so much, you two. And I think that the newest discovery just tells us even more about ourselves. So, on that note, shall we have some special music from our wonderful special musical directors here? There we go.
Sure. Well, we would like to play a song for you in honor of Valentine's Day. That was a special song for us during our wedding day. So that's all I'm going to say.
We can't trump that. I have a special quote that I would like to share with you from Ernest Holmes, my first quote ever from Ernest Holmes. Love is the greatest power in the universe. It is the basis and source of everything. Ernest Holmes.
Longer than there've been fishes in the ocean, higher than any bird ever flew, longer than there've been stars up in the heavens, and I've been in love with you.
Stronger than any mountain cathedral, truer than any tree ever grew, deeper than any forest primeval.
I am in love with you. I'll bring fire in the winters. You'll send showers in the springs. We'll fly through the falls and summers with love on our wings. Through the years, as the fire starts to mellow, burning lines in the book of our lives, through the binding cracks, and the pages start to yellow, and I've been in love with you.
Longer than
There've been fishes in the oceans, higher than any bird ever flew, longer than there've been stars up in the heavens. I am in love with you, and I am in love
with you.
Wow. I was just sitting over there thinking there has just been a roller coaster of emotions today and energy in this room. It's just been going like this, and it just reminds me of Papa Joe. Welcome back. Yeah. What it's reminding me of is how important it is to go with this flow of life and allow the energy, how it moves through us, and the conditions and the things that are happening in our lives, to just meet it from it with love. So this, for me, since Rita wasn't with me today, I decided to talk about self-love. And I've had an incredible week that I have never actually experienced. I made a deliberate intention when Rita left. Not me, but left for the week. That I would not cry. So I decided while she was gone that I would have an affair. And I hope that I always pictured that little punchline going off, and then Rita's watching it, and then there's nothing else. And what? So what I want to tell you about this affair I had this week, I had it with myself. And it was deliberate. And I thought, I'm going to spend this week getting to know me on a deeper level. I'm going to spend this week, and I'm vibrating now as I speak, because I thought, what does that look like? So this is what catapulted me when what I read by Joy Bell C. The person in life that you will always be with the most is yourself. Because even when you are with others, you are still with yourself. When you wake up in the morning, you're with yourself. Laying in bed at night, you're with yourself. Walking down the street in the sunlight, you are with yourself. What kind of person do you want to walk down the street with? What kind of person do you want to see at the end of the day before you fall asleep? Because that person is yourself, and it is your responsibility to be that person that you want to be with. And I really took it very seriously as an experiment this week, and I just want to share a little of that with you. I thought, what does that look like? Does anybody remember The Artist Way? Remember that? I actually loved it, Julie and Cameron. You know, you journaled every day, and it wasn't like journal like, what do I feel? It was just like, write. And I remember I did it perfectly, disciplined, until they had that thing called the artist date. And that's where for a week, 1 hour a day, you had to take yourself on a date. And I failed. I didn't know what it was like to date me. And so this week, I was with a lot of people, did a lot of work, but I dated me on a very deep level. And Rita knew this, because she would call and she would say, what are you doing? I said, I'm dating myself at the moment. And she would say, I'm scared. So here was the other little self-help stuff that happens. Do you remember the one where you look in the mirror and you say, I love you? Oh my God, like a firing squad for me to walk up to that mirror. Now I can say, I love you, I love myself. Oh, wow, there's a whole bunch going on here. And then I'm looking in my eyes, and I'm like, oh, who are you? And it was difficult. And it's still, to be honest with you, can be difficult. But this week I really, really, really started to get to know the date, the artist date. If I can't take myself on a date, who would want to date me? Why would you want to date me if I can't even take myself? Who would want somebody that couldn't say, I love you, to themselves? And I remember when Rita and I got married, we said to each other, I promise always to change. Because I didn't come in half. And we got caught in a societal thing that says, well, there's some stuff about me that's, I can't really work out, so you'll fill that for me, and then we'll kind of get together and we'll become one. And that's not the way I see it. So this week I started asking myself questions like, how you doing physically, Patrick? How you feeling? How you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling spiritually? How are you, Patrick? And as each week, and I had so many gifts, people showering me with a nourishment day and some body work and having lunch with people that I haven't had lunch with in a while. And I was doing all this and taking an extra part of my walk that I hadn't done before. And I thought to myself, what about you, Patrick, is lovable? Do you know I've never asked myself that? I just took it for granted I was wonderful. No, but I never really asked myself these questions. What makes you lovable? And this deepness all week started going deeper and deeper. And I said, why is it so important to you, Patrick, to fall in love with you? And I said, because that's where spirit is. That's where God is. So every day I would do something a little bit more. Take myself on that walk, ask myself, what is it about you? And guess what I found out? I found out that I love myself, but there are things that I consider to be flaws. Anybody ever been there? Things that I feel that maybe are not up to par or whatever, and I thought, that is so shocking for me. People I have not forgiven, which has damaged my body, my mind, and never my spirit, because guess what? Spirit's never insulted by you. Spirit never has to forgive anything. And I said, wow, what is this? And I started going deeper and deeper. And then at the end of the week on Thursday, I went to this flotation tank. Ever been there? It was very 80s. And very 80s, but I read, thank you, Michelle. She works over there, and I went in there, and guess what I found out? I started going even deeper with myself. I found out that I didn't trust myself to let go fully. I found out that I don't trust myself because if I let go fully, will I disappear? If I let go fully, will they hurt me? If I truly expose myself, my being, my entire Patrickness, Godness, will you love me? And this is what Valentine's, my lead up to Valentine's, has been. Because it gets really good to say, I am one. I am love. But it's a whole other thing to really live it fully and embrace it. So I got to know myself, and in that tank I realized that I wasn't just body. I was spirit. I was energy. I was love. So by the end of the week, everyone's like, well, did you love yourself? Yes. But what I found is in the search of myself, I found that that is what I've been looking for, and that is God. The God within me that had that divine idea and said, I love you, through you, as you. And did you know that there is nothing I could ever do that isn't lovable? Did you know that I can never make a mistake? I can't. I can't make the mistake that we get caught in. Because love is the powerful force. So I thought of that song, The Greatest Love of All, right? We've been singing about this stuff, you guys, for years, centuries, millions of years. We've been trying to figure out this love thing. Hallmark's been doing it. They've all been doing it. We've tried chocolate. We've tried every single thing to ignite the love factor. And all of the time, and I'm going to tell you, I like the chocolate thing. That works well for, but, yes, exactly. And I realized, well, I was thinking of that when you said that, Reverend Diamond, because I bought Rita some chocolate for tonight. But it can't be that chocolate. It's got to be like 87% thing, all that work is. I was like, just take the, no heart thing, no, because it has to be cacao or whatever the thing is. But anyway, I digress. I digress. So I bought her a few Snickers and everything. So, the greatest love of all is happening inside of me. And I landed this week. And Rita was like, oh, you've been doing a lot of self-discovery this week, And I thought, Rita tonight, when I pick her up at 8 o'clock, is coming home to more than what she left. Whew. She's coming home to more than she left. Because the more we do self-care, self-love, the more we have to give one another. And I have so much to give when I love myself. There's no defense. There's nothing. There's just, here I am. So I told her, you better get ready to 8 o'clock because there's a new man in town. You know what I'm saying? It always comes back there, doesn't it? Always goes back there. And the reason I love talking about the self-love today was because not everybody's in a relationship. I wasn't in a relationship for I was in relationships, but I didn't get married till I was like 42. They were all like, what's wrong with him? But I didn't get married because I wasn't ready, and I started to fall in love with myself, and I'd be okay. But now guess what? I'm an addition to my relationship. Rita is not who I am. I know it sometimes appears that way here in the, but she's not. She's individual. And that's what makes it so beautiful. Two wholes coming together as one. So I am just so grateful to share my week with you. This has all happened since I saw you last, that I dared to step out and say, I want to fall more in love with you, Patrick. I want to fall more in love with you. So we have a little special treat today. Kelly, can you just get me a little glass of water? We have a little treat today for Rita. So, hello. So, when Rita and I got married, I don't like to, I think, is this, yeah. When Rita and I got married, she stood at the end of a long aisle because her first marriage, by the way, she got married very quick and we had a very big wedding. And she stood at the end, and we chose July 1st because of An Affair to Remember, the movie, except we didn't look up and get hit by a car and not get to the Empire State Building. But on July 1st, she stood there so beautifully in a white dress as they sang the song, An Affair to Remember. And I thought, since Rita's probably watching, that I would not only attempt it, but I've worked with this to sing this wonderful song for Rita. Our love affair is a wondrous thing that we'll rejoice in remembering. Our love was born with our first embrace, and a page was torn out of time and space. Our love affair, may it always be a flame to burn through eternity. So take my hand with a fervent prayer, that we may live and we may share a love affair to remember. Namaste. Now, I know it's going, wow. Let me just take a moment to bathe in that. Yeah. So what I know is I wanted to tell you a little something that happened with this that Michael and Carrie, I didn't know this, but Rita had texted while I was gone to them to sing An Affair to Remember to me. And I did not know, so we were together and I thought, wouldn't it be really cool for me to sing An Affair to Remember to Rita, not knowing that she was trying to trick me. So they call it, you were punked, Rita. And so this morning, Rita sent to Michael and Carrie this message to me. So even though they didn't sing it and I sang it to her, this was the message this morning.
Rita sends a message, firstly, to hug all of you guys, group hug to CSL Kauai, and this message is from Rita to Patrick. Happy Valentine's Day, my love. It's not just the nearest thing to heaven. It is heaven. Love, Rita. And she wanted me to give you a special flower.
What's going to happen here at CSL Kauai, do we? So, wow. This is a perfect time for our affirmative giving, because there's been a lot of giving and a lot of receiving today. And I am so grateful and so in love with all of you. And So let's have this time, and we have an affirmation that goes with it's in your program for our affirmative giving. This is our time to just know that life is about giving and receiving, and it's all beautiful. And shall we say it together? Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I give freely today, knowing it returns to me abundantly. Ooh, thank you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. This radiant, this radiant, this radiant health. This radiant, this radiant, this radiant health. Thank you for our love, Spirit. Thank you for our love. Thank you for our love, Spirit. Thank you for our love. Our wonderful, our wonderful, our wonderful love. Our wonderful, our wonderful, our wonderful love. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Oh, I do give thanks right here, right now, for just not what's in this basket, but for that consciousness that backs it. That's what it's about. That's what this whole thing called life, love, is about. I'm so grateful for each and every person in this room that has given and given of themselves, that God's source of supply that is never depleted, it never runs out, and that is our divine inheritance. So I say thank you. I say mahalo, mahalo. As together with gratitude for the abundance of life and what's in this basket, we say, and so it is. Ah. Yep. This is how Valentine's happens here at CSL Kauai. So I want to just thank a few people. God, the gratitude I'm feeling right now is just beautiful. I thank all of you, too, that have given your love when you walk through these doors, that has placed the energy in this room that is so wonderful. I thank the greeters today, which is Deb and Amarosa, for greeting you with chocolate. And I just want you to know, they say it's the woman's touch, but just want you to say, I decorated for Valentine's Day. Just talking a little balance. That's all I'm saying. So I know that I want to thank Malia. Thank you for your wonderful invocation and for the meditation and for the Om. And as I said before to Analia, who we did the Om for 5 minutes, thank you for the email that reminded us that this was going on. This is what community does. And I want to thank Rob and Roseanne for their bloated nothingness that has now... and I want to just tell you something. The bloated nothingness gets the same reaction even in class, but what that's really saying is that we have a divine current that's running through. And I appreciate your humor, because I've known it for years now, and I appreciate you too for all that you do and for sharing in the light with us today. So thank you very much for that. And thank you for accompanying me on that. Yeah. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Michael. We came in yesterday and debated. We sang it, and then I said whether or not it was a green light or not. So we sang it yesterday, and thank you for the support. Thank you for the direction. I want to thank Reverend Rita, who is just the absolute, just love personified. She just is love personified. And she's so miserable because she needs to be back on her island. She is just, I mean, she's trying her best, but she just loves it so much here that when she leaves and she comes back, she's going to be so, she said, I have a little congestion today. I said, that'll be gone by the time you step foot on this island. She'll get back and she'll go, I'm home. And I want to thank Lacey too, and for this wonderful vision that we've been using now for the last 3 years. Thank you so much. And Marco, thank you so much for everything that you do. You do with the filming, getting this on public access. And Rob, thank you for, it hasn't been always easy making all of this happen, you guys. So I just want to say thank you for taking that extra time, coming down here, Skyping and FaceTiming with Jonathan in Toronto so that we can get this up to where the people that are live streaming. And speaking of live streaming, thank you. Thank you for tuning in with us and being a part of our community. And what I know about today too is that if there is anything going on with you that is not in perfect alignment with what you want it to be, I know for you right here and right now that there is a light that is so huge, humongous, running through each and every one of us that we can depend on. We call it divine intervention. I'm going to repeat that. Divine intervention. Don't have to wait for anything. It's right here happening. And I bless it and I love it. And I just know this for you and for me and for all of us. So whatever's happening in your lives, know that today's the day that love stepped in. Today was the day, this moment, love stepped in and said, I'm here, I'm home, I love you, you are perfect, you are whole, you are complete. Can I hear yes? Yes. All righty, so now that we're into our second hour of the CSL Kauai, all this extra, I just want to make sure that if I didn't thank you, I need you to raise your hand. Thank you. Because this is what I know, that Michelle, I love you, and you know that when things are going, and she's like sitting there going, oh, he didn't mention it, but it's okay, you know. It's not okay. It's not okay, my friend, because you do so much, and you are such a presence that there's not a moment that you get to be forgotten, and that goes for all of you. I'm very emotional today, can you tell? So anyway, Rita will be back. I won't have as much time next week. So you guys, so let's just say we take our advantages where we get them, just so you know. So shall we close this? Shall we close this with a beautiful, and thank you, you two. You are so loved.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha.
So here we go ahead and
You guys
stand
can stand up if you want.
And there's cake, by the way.
Stretch it out, Kaua'i.
So let there be peace, and I am a stand for peace. Let there be love, and I am a stand for love. Let there be joy, I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now, and let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now.
Come on, guys.
And let there be peace.
Come on, everybody.
I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now.
And so what I know is that right here, right now, that love has made itself known through each and every one of us. And we take it, we claim it, we identify it. We are it. So yes, yes, yes to this Valentine's Day. And let's make sure that Valentine's never ends. Every day, let there be chocolate. Knowing that spirit is in everything, every place. And there is such love vibrating in this room, and we don't just keep it in here, we take it out and we share it in the world. Love meeting love. So filled with gratitude and love for each and every one of us, and everything for this wonderful, wonderful island and for this entire thing called life, I say thank you. Thank you, mahalo, as together we say together. And so it is.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are